Everyone welcome, Kubi Springer.
Good morning, for the case of the cameras. How are you all? No, that's rubbish. How are you all? Good. Okay, what we're going to do today is I'm going to start off by just introducing myself. I want to know a little bit about you, and then we're going to get into the nits and gritty of building a brand. We're going to look at the academic side of branding. What is it? What does it stand for? What's your brand essence, etc. And all of that is a prelude to really me then being able to go underneath the bonnet and learn what is it that you're trying to do, and how is it by the end of today I can help you package and make that look amazing. Many years ago, I danced with the Spice Girls. So from the age of 4 to 17, dance was my thing. I was at the Royal Academy of Classical Ballet. I can't even say it anymore, it was so long ago. And by the time I was 17, I was on stage with the Spice Girls. And one of the things that I remember that hits home with me about the Spice Girls is branding is everything and talent really means jack diddly doodah. Loved them. I'm still in contact with Victoria. Loved them. When you see my CV, you understand how Victoria and I are still in contact. Love them. Highly respect them. But the truth of the matter is, at this game of, Instagram and Twitter and 140 characters, you can have all the talent you want. You can have all the creativity you want. You can have all the good product and intelligence and academia. But if you don't know how to package it in this 120 character world that we live in, quite frankly, nobody's going to give a toss. So what I say to people, I say to my clients, I say to people who I work with, I could market Mr. Blobby. I don't really care about the product. What I care about is there a market for your product? Can we package this correctly, and can we sell it at the right price? You could tell me you were selling nipples, for God's sake. And ethically, I might not go there, but I could still market it. Because ultimately, it's actually not about what you have, it's about how you communicate what you have. And I have met a lot of talented people with great business ideas, but because they just don't know how to package it, they don't make money from it. All right, so let's get into this. Where's that lovely clicker? Okay, so let me give you the background blurb, because I think it's really important if somebody stands up and talks to you for a whole day, you at least know who they are. So as Bernardo said, my name's Kubi Springer. I've got 20 years experience in brand marketing. Pretty much every brand that's on this slide I've worked with. So my career started off as an intern. As I mentioned before, in my former life, I loved all things dance. But an injury stopped me from being able to continue my career as a professional dancer. 17, on tour with the Spice Girls, double pirouette on turno, was meant to land on Ponte, landed flat, knee knocked out. Yeah, career done. And I cried for a year, solidly, until my mum, who's a real strict Caribbean woman, gave me a bit of a shaking and said, all right now, enough crying, what are you going to do with your life? And I was quite lucky that I had some really great people around me, and they said, well, why don't you just go behind the scenes in the world of entertainment? So my first stab at this world of entertainment was actually an intern at MTV. I'm glad I'm not speaking to young people, because when I mention names like Trevor Nelson, people in this room will probably know who I'm talking about. When I talk to these millennials, they're like, who? Well, don't worry about it. Okay, so basically Trevor Nelson from MTV Lick was my boss. I did that whilst I did my degree at university, and then I thought I was going to get a job, and then they told me, yes, you'll get a job, but we'll pay you £10,000. And I thought, hold on a minute, I made more money than that when I was dancing with the Spice Girls. This makes no sense. And someone said, well, this is the reality of the game. You've got to start from the bottom. And so I thought, well, why don't I go where they really know how to build brands? And so I went and did an internship via a company called Mountbatten in New York. And I found myself working with Sean Diddy, P. Diddy, Sean Diddy, Puff Daddy. I don't know what he goes by anymore. But when I was with him, it was Puff Diddy Combs. And he has a marketing agency in New York. And I basically went in there as an intern, ended up staying for 3 years, was a junior account executive for Blue Flame. And Blue Flame covers a variety of brands, Diddy being one of them, I wonder why, but also things like Coca-Cola we worked on, and the launch of Sean John clothing line on Fifth Avenue. Cut a long story short, Justin Timberlake was what brought me back home. Met Justin in LA at one of Puffy's parties. I had even more energy than I do now, even bigger mouth than I do now, and he is so gorgeous that I just walked up to him and I introduced myself and I was like, hi, I'm Kubi, you don't know me, love your work, love your dancers. Cut a long story short, they had a tour that they needed somebody to work on the branding for Justin's choreographer. And so I ended up working on the Justified tour, truly showing my age, across the UK initially, and then the whole of Europe, branding and marketing Justin's choreographers and his dancers. That tour made them an extra £165,000. And that's when I was like, hold on a minute, this is not fun and games. This stuff can make me some real money. And so from there, I did a variety of different contracts, not all of them were on the board, until I got headhunted by Mobo Awards, went in-house at Mobo's head of marketing, did Nike's Midnight Madness, got a contract to work on the launch of Sex and City movie launch. Is Rio on there? Oh no, I've taken him off. Okay, did any football fans here? Okay, Rio Ferdinand, didn't know who he was when I first met him, but had this strange conversation with this guy calling me up. I was 27 years old, and he was like, I'm Rio's commercial agent. We've heard about you, and we want you to work on Rio's ITV program called Rio's World Cup Wind-Ups. And I put the phone down, called my dad, and I was like, who the hell is Rio Ferdinand? And I was like, I know David Beckham, but who's Rio? Cut a long story short, ended up going on a plane ride, and this is a really good tip in terms of pitching. It's all right, puppet. I told you this is interactive. Really good tip here about pitching. When I had to pitch for Rio Ferdinand, I prepared a PowerPoint presentation in all my naivety, got on a private jet, and he was sitting there. And I was like, oh, can't say that, it's cameras. Damn, I've got a PowerPoint. And he kind of looked at me, and he's like, who are you? And there I had to pitch to get the business on this jet. So whoever you are, walk with your pitch here, because you never know when you're going to meet somebody and have to pitch right there, right then on a private jet and get a yes or no by the time you get to Manchester. Got a yes? Worked with Rio doing Rio's World Cup wind-ups. Oh God, what else have I done? So that was the first 10 years of my career. The last 10 years of my career has been divided, predominantly doing fashion and luxury because I'm just too old to do entertainment. Don't care who's top of the pops. I've got a 4-year-old. I couldn't care less. So I don't do entertainment marketing, but I do specialise in fashion. For example, last February, I did Rolls Royce's Couture London Fashion Week party, which was really good. It was amazing, pays really well. But actually what I'm passionate about is being here today. What I love, now that I'm 30, is not going to all the industry parties, but actually taking 20 years of experience, having worked with these big celebrity brands, and imparting it on people who are maybe starting out or at a crossroad with their business and their brand. And so I keep doing this because it pays the mortgages, but I turn up here because I love it, which is why you're going to get more energy than me than you probably can hand all day, because I'm here, not because I'm getting paid loads and loads of money, but because I genuinely, by the end of the day, want to see you have a brand that you're proud of. Yeah? Any questions on this crazy journey called life? Good, let's move on. Definitely not talking to millennials, because they'll be like, what was Rio like? Moving on. All right, let's get to, in fact, before we go here, can I find out who you are? So I want to play a game. Has everybody done the 60-second game before? No? Okay, cool. It's a trademark. If you ever watch any of my stuff on YouTube, I do it all the time. Why? Because it works. 60 seconds. Who are you? What do you do? And why should I take your business card? So you can take a few minutes to think about it. Who are you? What do you do? Good morning, grab a seat. And why should I take your business card? I'll give you a little bit of time to think about that. Who are you? What do you do? And why should I take your business card? The daring souls that are ready to go. I'm looking over here because this lot are like, geez, I don't know. Okay, anyone over here daring? Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm Tia, and I'm a family coach and lawyer, and you would take my business cards because I can help any clients to get the best agreement possible for their child in custody case.
Nice, thank you. And the name is Tia? Tia. Interesting, lovely name. Hello.
Hiya, I'm Jenny, and I am a yoga teacher and coach, and you should take my business card because I'm not like any other yoga teacher. I don't just get you to do poses. I look at how you're moving and how you can move and think in a better way so that you can have more ease and more strength and more energy in your life.
Love that, good stuff.
Hi, I'm Peter. I've got a show called Retro Parade where I sing a wide variety of different types of songs. I sing to people that aren't millennials, but sometimes they are millennials, but I try and provide a show where everybody can enjoy themselves.
Okay, and why should I take your business card?
Because they'll enjoy themselves.
Okay, brilliant.
I'm Susan Armstrong. I'm an international speaker, trainer, and author. The brand is Escape Your Invisible Prison. And if that line resonates with you at all, which it just did, that's why you need the business card. I can help you escape yours.
Love that.
How am I going to follow that? It's one point. So I'm Cindy. I'm a survivor of about 30 years in the corporate world, and I'm a coach now, helping people overcome confidence issues, anxiety, stress, particularly women who know what it's like to be bullied or intimidated on boards in the corporate world. And you want to take my card if that resonates with you to borrow your line.
Love that. Good stuff.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I've been working in the private public voluntary sector for a number of years. Lots of experience. What I do is get things done, so I can solve problems, make things happen, mainly in operational fields. And you'll take my business card because you'll know someone that wants to work with the NHS, and also I'll know people that will want to work with you, so we'll be able to do some reciprocal business.
Love that.
My name's Neil Kerr. I'm a recovery coach. Recovery from my own devastation of mental health psychiatric units, prison, alcoholic, compulsive, pathological gambler. Married that with education and recovery for the last 10 years. Graduate level 2 English to doing a diploma. Recovery coach certificate, NLP practitioner.
I'm going to stop you, Neil. 60 seconds.
Right.
I'm going to come back to you. Now, you'll notice, I just tell it like it is. I'm one of those people. Why? Because we've only got a short amount of time today, so let's get down to it. The reason why I asked for 60 seconds is because most people can talk all day long about themselves, but not everybody can be concise. So I'm going to come back to you, Neil. 60 seconds. Who are you? What do you do? And why should I take your business card? And you're going to hate me by the end of the day. I can feel it. But
Not
by the end of the day, you also
not by
love
the
me.
end of the day.
All right, 60 seconds. Now, fine.
I'm Katie Roberts. I've got a programme which is Reset Yourself and helps you open a world of opportunity.
And why should I take your business card?
Because it can help you open a world of opportunity.
Okay, fantastic.
Hi, my name's Ruth Carter. I'm a Liberty Coach. I work with young people in schools, helping them to become more potential in the education system as well as business management. And the reason why you should take my card is because I'm really good at working with strategies and developing good products.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, I'm Julia. I'm Julia Keller. I'm a transformational love coach, and you should take my business card because I can help you rewrite and create your ideal love story.
Okay, Neil.
My name's Neil Kerr. I'm a recovery coach. You take my card because I can help you recover from any devastation, blockage to what you want in life.
Good. Okay, why did I pick on Neil? What was going on there? No, you don't talk, Neil.
You got lost in his message. You got lost.
I got lost in his message. Also, can I be honest? I don't give a toss. What happened to you? And not just me, people. When we are listening, we're never listening. What we're thinking about is, what can I get from you? Why should I care? And if after about 20 seconds you're not answering me, I'm thinking about, what am I going to cook for my daughter today? Oh my God, she's got a play date tonight. I wonder if my dad, has he sorted it out? So what did you say your name was? That is actually how people are dealing with you. That's how they're dealing with you on social media. That's how they're dealing with you face to face. That's how they're dealing with you when they look at their website. They don't care what you've gone through. They care about what your brand can do for them. Your job is to be able to sell the benefits of what you do to your end user. So thank you for allowing me to pick on you, Neil. But there's a few other things that I picked up. So some of you have mastered the keeping it nice and short, which is fantastic. But what I didn't get is, why should I take your business card? So what a lot of people do is they're very good at saying, right, let me master, who am I, what do I do, what's the benefits, but then they don't talk to the specific target audience. So in every room that I go in, every interaction with my audience, my job is to shut up, listen, and as they're talking, to work out actually how do I hone this pitch into that specific person. So you said, for example, that you deal with love. You were late, so you probably missed me blabbering on about Barbados. But if you would have listened a little bit harder, even when you walked through the door, you would have realised that in the love area, I probably think I'm okay because I'm just about to get married. So you would have maybe have pitched it to me, maybe from my girlfriends, because I've switched off. I'm getting married. She's talking to me for, I don't need that. Moving on to the next person. Yeah? So it's very difficult to hone in to the specific target audience if you're not listening to your audience. And we're going to talk about how you listen to your audience throughout the day, because on social media you can listen to your audience. Face to face, obviously, you can listen. But also with your website, even you not being there, your website should be listening to your audience. And we'll talk about that. But think of marketing and branding like this. Marketing is like flirting. That's it. You thought I was going to say something really profound. Marketing is like flirting. If I wanted a piece of you, baby, I wouldn't be like, hi, my name's Kubi. Well, I might, if I was a bit drunk. But it wouldn't be the right way for a lasting relationship, would it? So, well, the chances are that we might have a good time for one night if I'm your cup of tea, but the chances are it might not be the best approach for a long-lasting relationship. So whenever you're getting confused about this thing called marketing, where people start talking about the 4 Ps of marketing, the strategic penetration and market, when they start giving you all the jargon, narrow it down to marketing is simply like flirting. And we'll dissect that as we go throughout today. Is that all right? Good. Okay, very simple question for me. What's a brand?
It's an identity.
What you see.
Okay,
What the person sees when they think of you.
brilliant. So
So
identity.
your brand basically is your glasses,
Mhm.
your hairstyle,
With funky hair. Mhm.
if you pardon the expression, your teeth,
Yep.
and your energy.
Yeah. So you've talked about the outward packaging in terms of identity. Brilliant. So your brand is your identity. I agree. What else is your brand?
Words people think of.
Mm.
I always think, so when they see this, what do they think?
Mm.
You know, it's like Kleenex. Well, Kleenex is actually tissues.
Mhm.
But Kleenex, being the brand, has done such a good job that when you think tissues, you think Kleenex. So it's an association.
Mhm.
Right?
So it's perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
My perception, but it's
Like
also
Hoover.
association.
Like Hoover.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Exactly. Yeah. Good
feelings,
brand.
feelings as well, connected with feelings.
Feelings. Okay. What else? Disclaimer, I'm dyslexic, so if anything up here doesn't make sense, just listen to what I'm saying. Okay? Anything else? What's a brand?
Logo.
Logo? Cool. What else?
It's your message, I guess. You're transferring a message by what you're
I'm listening.
saying. Yeah, I think it encompasses a lot of things that are already there.
Mhm.
Because it's the perception people have of the words that you're using,
Mm-hmm.
or your image.
Your image, that's another good word.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if I don't know if it comes into perception, but your vision. Collect people into your vision.
Okay. Good. These are good words. Mm-hmm. Keep it coming.
Even colour, because I think yellow and certain things are the brand.
Mm-hmm.
How you represent your company and yourself.
Mm-hmm. So representation. Mm-hmm.
PR.
I'm going to put anything that's not a brand in red. Okay? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry, of course. Can you guys see it over there if I do that? You can't see it? Okay, let's... It's all right, no, everybody needs to see it. What about if I put it here? Can everybody see it?
You can't say it.
Can you see it, Han? Yep. Okay, great. What else is a brand?
Into the way in which people associate with your product specifically.
Mm-hmm. Elaborate for me.
Well, if you see something and recognise it,
Mm-hmm.
then
So recognition?
yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Status.
Status?
Thinking Rolls Royce now and mentioning
But yeah, I suppose as well as recognition, that association thing. So, and it's, you know, how people want to be, but I don't quite sure it answers the question.
Okay.
Is it,
Mhm.
sorry,
No, go ahead.
like the why, not the what sort of thing?
Yes.
You know, so the belief, you know, like Apple is you know, challenging the status quo.
Yes. Good.
That kind of thing.
The why. Okay. These are all correct, minus PR, but we'll get to PR in a bit. I can't remember who said that. So as a marketeer, these are my tools to use to create a brand. When they are working together, a brand is this, an emotional connection with your target audience. So somebody said feelings. Was it you, Neil, who said feelings? A brand is an emotional connection with your target audience. Now, there's two things to underline there. One is emotional connection, and the other is target audience. And we'll narrow down target audience a bit later. But a brand is an emotional connection with your target audience. All of these things, your colours. If you think about the Coca-Cola red, it's because it's not green or blue. Why is it red? Why red? Action. Yes? Vibrance. Yes. Aliveness. Coca-Cola's brand promise is that when you drink this sugary water, you are going to feel alive and energetic and ready to go. That's why it's red. Not blue, not green, not orange. Recognition signs. Why is it that when you see the M, you think of McDonald's? Why? Why M?
It just forms a link between here and here and
Absolutely.
here and everything. So.
If you had to read the word McDonald's, I mean, who's got time for that when you're driving? I don't know about you guys, but my 4-year-old's in the back, I'm driving, I'm trying to listen to Radio 4, I'm thinking about my next presentation. I have not got time to read McDonald's. It's too many syllables. So as a brand, they know that speed of attention is really important. So what do they highlight? Just the M. They add that with the colour yellow, and all of a sudden you've got a recognition sign. Yeah? You talked about image. Image is so important in terms of emotional connection. We all make assumptions, whether we like it or not. Anybody wants to sit here and say, oh, I don't judge. Lies! It's just a lie. We all judge. And it's fascinating that you noticed my gap, because for years I hated my gap. And my PR agent said to me, your pictures make you look mean. And it's because I wasn't willing to smile in any of my press pictures. I wasn't willing to smile when I did interviews because I hated my gap. So my own internal gremlins was creating a different perception and image. I wondered for years why people would say, you're actually really nice, Kubi. I think, what the hell's wrong with them? It's got like a... Those were my poses. Just smile, for God's sake. So yeah, but also my gap is my recognition sign. My hairdresser said to me a few years ago, she was giving me a brand revamp, and my hair used to be really long, and she said, chop it all off. And I was like, why? She said, because every black girl and their mother is either walking around with a long weave or walking around with long braids. You want to stand out? Cut your hair off and let's dye it red. And I was red for about 10 years. And I know, I might go back, I'm thinking about it. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. All right, so all of these things are an emotional connection. They are tools that we use. But the other interesting thing as well is about your brand definition. I start my presentations asking people to do the 60 seconds because I want to know, do you know what your brand definition is? What is your, boom, 5 words, someone said words here, I think it was you, that encompasses who and what you are? And lastly, a brand is also a promise. I'm going to tell you a story. How many of you were here at the taster last July? Okay, so if you were here, you've heard this story. For those of you who weren't, I've got to tell it because it just drives me nuts and it reiterates the point. My fiance came home about 2 years ago and he said to me, Kubi, come and have a look at this. Yes, it is. It is. I went downstairs and there was a Porsche Panamera. Now, the ladies, if you don't know, I didn't know at the time, I had to Google it. The Porsche Panamera that he had bought was £120,000. I've told you we've got a 4-year-old at the time, she was 3, so I'm thinking private school, fees, trust funds, clothing, ballet lessons, pony riding, mortgage, and this idiot has gone and bought £124,000 Porsche Panamera. And what he said to me hit home with Brandon. And he goes, but babe, just look. A brand is never selling you a car. Porsche sold my fiance status. That was the promise. They sold him it doesn't even have a word, but it does have a feeling. So a brand is a promise. If they said to my fiance, come in and buy a silver car with 4 wheels that has the same engine as, I think it's like a VW or something like that I discovered. And oh, by the way, it has a couple of seats and leather interior that might heat up your bum, he wouldn't buy it. Or he might, but he ain't going to pay £120,000. What an idiot. Love him. So when you think about your brand, what is your promise? If I'm going to pay £1,000 for your services, or if I'm going to sit down with you to learn about how I master the corporate room, the boardroom as a woman, what are you promising me? So we're going to take a minute, because I've spoken a lot, and I don't believe in just talking for talk's sake. And I want you to think about, A, what is your brand? What is the emotional connection that you're trying to make? B, what are the 5 words that define your brand? And lastly, what the hell are you promising? I'm going to take a minute to sip some coffee. That's okay. A, what is your brand? What is the emotional connection? B, how do you define your brands? If you can give me just 5 words. And C, what are you promising? It's actually not C on the board, it's C in my mind. That says brand story. We'll get to that in a minute. What is your emotional connection? What are the 5 words that define your brand? And what are you promising? Porsche is not a car, it's promising status. Louis Vuitton is not promising some handbags and shoes. They are promising sex. Because I don't know about you, and I put on them 4-inch heels that kill me, somebody won't give me something. Because I look hot, mama. They are not promising me shoes, they are promising me sex. Not feeling hot, because what's the end result of feeling hot? Ultimately, why do you want to feel hot? So you can sit down and watch Real Housewives? No. So they're promising me sex. It's much more emotive, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to shut up. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm not sure I am, but I'm not sure I've got this right, but my emotional connection with someone would be, with potential clients that I'm going to be working with, is I get you, I understand you, I've been there, I've been through it, I know the problems you're dealing with, and I can help you solve them out.
Okay.
Now, I know that might not, but it's probably
How
not the
emotive is all of that you've just said?
answer. Probably to you, not a lot in this environment.
Okay. Because,
So,
and it's okay.
yeah,
Because-
so it's really helpful for me to
Yes.
understand that.
So let me understand. By the time, when I sit in front of you, you're a coach?
No, I would, if you, at the moment I'm working a lot in the NHS, so if you were like Chief Exec Ops Director in the NHS, and
Yep.
you've got something that was really, you were struggling with
Yep.
getting done, or a big programme that you needed delivering, you just want all that weight taken off your shoulders, that's what I'll do, and it'll get done.
So what feeling?
Relief,
Brilliant. There you go.
yeah, so I'll thank God I've got someone that's going to do this.
There
for
you
me.
go. All of us know what it's like to juggle. I mean, you
So
know,
that's just giving me that same feeling of actually expressing it.
absolutely. You work with me and I'm going to give you the feeling of relief. You're going to be able to walk lighter. You're going to feel less weighty. You want to write some of these down?
That's what I've got at the end, so I've got it the wrong
Good.
way.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Get away anything that is jargon talk. Nobody cares. I'm here to just dispel the myth. Nobody cares. How are you going to make them feel?
Yeah.
It's so important. How are you going to make them feel? Because that's what needs to come across in your brand communications. When you work with me, Kubi Springer, you are going to feel like you can conquer the goddamn world. And everything about my engagement with people reiterates that. Look at my colours. There's no bland blacks that I wear. Why? Because that's not what I'm about. You're going to feel ready. And on top of that, you're going to feel like you've got the tools to do it and it's not just talk. So how are you going to make people feel when they buy from you, when they work with you? Let's pick on somebody else. So, okay, how are you going to make them feel?
Fun, entertained.
Entertained. Yep. Happy.
Yeah,
Yep.
have a good time.
Yep.
Enjoying themselves.
Good. So let's unpick that. So happy is a real emotive word, but give me another one. Because I could go to a concert and I could feel happy in that. So I was listening to Jessie J on the way down, right? And I was feeling, it was some of her slow songs, and I was feeling happy but reflective.
Yeah.
And there was a song about who are you, who do you think you are? So I was feeling reflective. If I listen to Bruno Mars, I feel happy, but I just want to boogie. I just feel light.
Well, that's the difference. I mean, if it's a live show, then,
No, there's no difference. I've got to stop you. Got to.
okay.
And I'll tell you why. I'm going to do this little diagram. Whatever you're promising, there is no difference, no matter how they engage with your brand. So let me explain. This is your brand here. And these are your products and your services here. And these are your brand comms. Okay?
Brand what?
Communication, messages. You talked about messages. And down the bottom here, off of all of this, are your marketing tools or your marketing channels. I know different marketeers say different words. I'm going to say them all so you understand what I'm talking about. Your marketing tools, your marketing channels, your marketing platforms, those are down here. Now, the reason why it can't differ is because the brand is the brand. That's why it's at the top here. The brand is the brand. If I want you to feel like you can do it, then when you buy any of my products or services, if you buy a book from me, a DVD, if you watch a webinar, if you come to my masterclass, if you engage me as a consultant, if you work with my team to run your campaign, you will feel like you can do it and you've got the tools to achieve it. When you look at my messages, the words that I use, the imagery that I use, reinforce you can do it. And because I hone in and I work specifically from a campaign's perspective with fashion and luxury, the imagery reflects that target audience. And the marketing, social media, the digital, the website, the concert, it all just reinforces the brand. Anytime any of these break, then you've broken your brand. And thus, people stop trusting you. And when people don't trust, they don't buy.
Can you just remind me, sorry, I was writing that other thing down.
No problem.
PS and BC then?
Okay, so these are your products and services.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I talk quickly, so feel free to tell me to slow it down.
And what was BC?
Your brand communications.
Okay.
So the words that you use, the imagery that you use, and then your channels, what might be your performance, it might be your digital media, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, it might be networking.
The performance would be the same, but the feeling would be different. That's what I meant.
Why would the feeling be different?
Because whenever I sing, I put passion into the singing that I do. Whether it's a fast song or it's a slow song, a reflective song, whatever style of song it is.
Okay.
But in a live show, I try to get people dancing, singing along, having...
So what's that core feeling then? Go on, you're going to say.
Why wouldn't they do that when they
Listen
listen
to
to
music.
music?
Well,
Is that what I thought?
well because well, this is what I was just going to say. Some songs I would do where you would be reflective. You wouldn't necessarily dance to this particular
So
song.
that your core brand feeling isn't dancing then? You need to dig under the bonnet a bit.
I would
So,
say
go on. Go ahead, yes.
I would just say, like, because I love music, and for me, whether it's a sad song, a happy song, if it's a happy song, I want to dance, but I just want to feel connected. I want to feel like you're singing to me.
But connection's not good. Connection's too woolly. So let me pick some artists since we've got an artist in the room, okay? I am a Beyonce fan. Like I'm in the closet. Yeah, I don't like Beyonce anymore. My head tells me that. But my heart knows the truth, okay? And your heart overrules. And what I mean by that is Beyonce's girl power, okay? She's girl power. So even though my intellectual head looks at the videos and think, I don't want my 4-year-old seeing a half-naked black woman on TV, thank you very much. I don't want my 4-year-old seeing another black woman gyrating. The fact that her core messages is about female empowerment, my heart just, it just does. Even though my head is telling me, don't do this, don't buy this, don't watch this another YouTube. She does formation, and I kind of find myself going like this. I want to lose weight, I put on Beyonce. Even though everything intelligent is telling me she's sending the wrong images for me as a black woman, the heartbeat is female empowerment. Because that's the core of who she is. So if you listen to, pick me an artist, anybody, who do you like?
Robbie Williams.
Who?
Chris
Christopherson.
showing my age.
Okay, tell me about him. I'll come to Robbie Williams and...
Do you know who he is?
Sorry.
Sunday morning coming down.
That's
Okay, what is the core feeling? Because every artist should connect, otherwise they're shit. Let's be blunt.
Neil will get this. With Chris,
Mm-hmm.
it's about living a hard life and being able to overcome that.
So it's
and find
overcoming.
the Lord.
So it's overcoming and self-motivation.
He's recovery in a CD.
He's cut. Ooh, that's stop.
He's recovery in a CD.
That's emotive.
But it is. It's true.
But
Neil, have you ever
that's what I'm
listened
getting
to
at.
it?
Okay.
Sunday morning coming down is all about, I took my first drink at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Now, I wouldn't sing that kind of song because that's not what I want people to feel when I sing for them.
Okay.
No, that's okay. Yeah, well, that. But I suppose what the point is, though, Pete, is what that's the connection that Chris Christopherson has got with Susan,
Yeah,
unknowingly.
exactly,
So what connection have you got
Yes.
with your people? Forget Chris Christopherson.
It's still
But
got
it's
the
like-
passion. Still got
Yeah,
the passion.
because I love S Club, because that's party.
Yeah,
and that just
passion-
says to me, put
so-
an S Club song on it.
Right, so here's the thing. Passion, connection, they're too loose. Every artist who has fans, their fans are passionate. Okay? I'm passionate because if I want to lose weight, I've believed that you run the world, girls. I just believe it. All of a sudden I'm going to be fit. Okay? Every artist who has fans has passion. But there's something deeper that you need to unpeel and say, this is the emotion that they will get when they connect with you. Why your CD and not somebody else's? Why your concert and not somebody else's?
It's not even the music with Peter, is it? Because he sings other people's music. It's what he
Yes.
do the music
Yes.
to give to other people. Why do people want to listen to you singing other people's music? What is it about you?
You.
And you can't tell them, I'm going to make you feel like this by giving you that song, because we've all got different feelings.
Yeah,
from the
they
same
will
song.
just feel it.
It's how they feel about you
Yeah,
singing.
good. That's
Not-
really good.
It's not the songs you sing, it's you. What do you?
Oh,
You know,
wow,
why
that's
do I want
good,
to come and
yeah.
see you sing instead of Fred?
Yes,
Yeah.
that you've hit it on the nail. Actually, you've hit it on the nail. Because for all her gyrating, actually, it's not any one of her songs. It is actually Beyonce. Because I want to look like that bloody bitch. That's why I'm on a treadmill doing... Do you know what I mean? It is actually her. So we're all adults. Can that just be me? So you've hit it on the nail. Thank you for teaching me something today. I really appreciate that. It's not the product, as I rightly said. Let's go back to this. You're the brand, not the individual song. All right, we've dealt with you enough. Somebody else. Emotion. Yes, ma'am.
Well, you kind of fine-tuned it for me. What I want people to get, it's empowerment,
Great.
inspiration, confidence.
Great.
But I think the empowerment, I'm just going by what I want them to feel, because
Yep.
that's where my passion is for what I'm doing.
Can I tweak that? Do you mind? And can I just say empowered?
Empowered.
Because what I already get from you, because you're judging me, I'm judging you, you're listening to me, and I'm listening to you even though I'm talking. And what your body language is saying to me, 80% of communication is non-verbal. You might want to write that down. 80% of communication is non-verbal. What your brand is telling me is empowered.
Okay.
I'm getting that if I sit with you, you're not going to fluff me around. You already know who you are. Everything about you, the shoes that you're wearing. I didn't think they were heels. They're not heels, are they? Oh, they're a little heel. Great. They're not them kitten heels trying to prove a point. You're comfortable. Everything about you says it's already done. When you say empowerment,
I see the difference, yeah. Empowered, there's more ownership.
there's ownership. It's
You've
done.
already It's like it's
Yes,
inside.
yes. You've already done it, and by the time you come here, mate, it's already done. That's what I get from you. You might not click your fingers. That's Kubi style.
Yeah, I like that.
You like that? Okay, take it. It's yours. All right, let's go to this side of the room. Any other emotions?
Mine, I put down liberty, freedom.
Okay.
That's what
So remind me what you're doing again.
I'm a therapy coach. I work with young people.
Cool. That's all I need to hear. Don't give me the whole bio. Don't care. Therapy, young people. You've got to be concise. We're dealing with brand communications. 140 characters is what you have on Twitter.
Yeah.
Concise. No bios by the time you come out of here. Your biography is for you. That's what it's for. Even when you've got your biography on your homepage, on your website, nobody reads it because nobody cares. So, what do you do again?
Therapy coach.
Good. And so you want young people to feel free. I like that. Simple. I want you to feel free. Apparently, I don't know the statistic, you might know this, but the suicide rate amongst young... Right,
And it's going up for women. as
right.
well.
So is it young women?
Young women. It's always been hard for young men and men.
Mm-hmm.
but now
Your
it's
target
increasing.
audience, though, is it young women or men?
Both.
Both. Okay, cool. All right, let's move on to the next bit. So we've talked about your brand in terms of the emotional connection. Can anybody give me some feedback with your brand in terms of defining it in 5 words? Oh, somebody over here, maybe.
Okay. Mine is from pain to health, peace, calm, happiness.
From pain to health, peace, calm.
Yeah, happiness.
Can you try and find a better word than happiness? It feels
I like empowerment as well.
good.
Or inspired.
Inspired? Okay, only you will know because it's your brand. But can, when I feel you, and trust me when I say I'm not a woolly person, I'm all about the bottom line. But the bottom line, it has to start here. It starts with emotional connection, right? But when I feel you, I don't feel happy.
Thank you.
No, there's another word. Happy's not the only good word we can use. It's like when you come to me, you're going to feel good, but you're not going to feel happy.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
When knowing Jenny, because we've obviously
Yes.
spent a lot of time, she's really confident about what she does.
Mhm.
Really, really confident, like absolutely rock solid.
Mhm.
But when she said pain, then I just thought release,
Mm.
happiness, release,
Mm.
because people are
Okay, yeah.
pain,
it's good.
release. I don't know, just
Mhm.
and maybe something about your confidence. You are just probably 100% rock solid about
Mm.
what you do. That always comes across.
I love this. I love the fact that you've been working with each other for a while because you can challenge each other and you have to do that with your brand. Don't settle on the first word that comes up because it's probably not even the right word because you haven't dug deep enough. Yeah? So, okay. So repeat that for me. From pain.
From pain to confidence, release, inspiration.
Okay. Look at the order in terms of the process that you went through in order to be where you are. Next person. Can I pick on you?
Yeah,
What's your
sure.
5 words?
5 words.
And it's Susan.
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Strength,
No.
transformation, peace, energy, and success.
Well, I don't need to ask you anymore, then, do I?
It is freedom.
I love it. Can I question your order, though? And the reason why the order is important is because I want you to think about...
Notice I hesitated as to which order I was
I noticed. That's why I'm questioning you. The words are powerful, but I'm not sure if the order's right. And the order will be about the process that you're taking this person through. So, Nike, just do it. It's not do it just. Why is it not do it just?
Well, they're 2 completely different sentences. That.
And what are they?
Whereas
Yes.
Susan's words were 5 words. Well, do it
Doesn't
just.
matter.
Words.
They're
Doesn't
just-
matter.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter because it's the order. Just is the urgency.
yeah.
When I buy a pair of Nikes, I feel like I'm a #1 sports athletic person. I am Serena Williams. So I can just, notice the body language, I can just do it.
If you do it just, you're just about doing it.
You're just about doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
it's
yeah.
putting it off.
Exactly.
Well,
Not
that's
quite
yeah.
there.
Not quite there. Yes.
Can I just give it I've got just a sentence here in my stuff.
Yes.
It says, make your struggles your strengths and successes.
Mm.
Okay, but if I move the words around, I say struggles make strengths and successes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting 5 words out of
Yep.
that. It makes a whole different
Yep.
sentence. Is that the
Yep.
kind of thing you
Absolutely. And I don't know if the latter that you just mentioned is actually the better.
I like the first one.
You like the first one. We'll go under the bonnet. But the reason why we'll go under the bonnet is because it's not about what you like.
No.
It's about what your target audience will resonate with. It's about what they need. So you might like it because maybe you've already gone through the journey. But have they? And if they haven't, will they resonate more with it the other way around? I don't know. I don't even know who your target audience is. Yeah? Okay. And lastly, brand promise. Who hasn't spoken to me? Neil, what's your brand promise?
I had more than that. I couldn't get a brand promise, but I suppose my promise is in that 5 words. Love a life you live.
Okay. So how much is your services? Do you have a service yet, or are we working on it?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
But I,
Pick a figure for me. If you had a service,
but I've got a couple of clients that I'm charging £50 a session.
£50 a session. So I'm going to give you £50 a session, and I'm going to walk away with what?
You're going to walk away with a life that you love.
A life that you love. How does that work? Nobody has jumped on that.
Right.
Why? You guys tell me why you haven't jumped on that.
We might already have a life you love.
It
just
didn't really
started.
generate emotion either way. I think if to jump on it, we would have had to like love it or hate it.
Not enough
thing.
tangibility.
For me, it was too woolly.
Not enough?
Not enough
No.
tangibility. You can't grab
Too woolly.
Can't grab it.
Can't just grab hold of it.
Good.
I know what you want. I know what you want to say, but I don't know how to say it for you.
I'm picking on you, Neil. Sorry?
Qualify life you love.
A qualify, yeah. Because
Well,
let's.
to qualify a life you love would be purpose and being authentic.
But
Or-
you need to spell that out. 'Cause
Yeah.
maybe that's not what I want or need.
But to be authentic,
Well, I already am, so I don't need that.
well, you wouldn't come to me.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
That's the point.
That's good
the point of
because
being specific.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's the
That's
point
the
of being
point.
specific.
Yeah.
Porsche, £120,000. You get status as a young man thinking he's all that and a bag of something. But if you don't want that, you're not going to buy a Porsche for £120,000, says the mature men who've been there, done it, worn a t-shirt and can't be bothered. I
Why would you want to publish?
I need you to talk to him. But anyway, I digress. I digress.
I've got a short word.
Go on, what's yours?
No, I can't tell you. We're on camera.
Oh, okay. All right, let's have a look at some examples just to hone this in a little bit more.
It's got two C's in it and O and a K.
We were on camera. All right, let's hone this in. So I've decided to pull up some personal brands because I've been talking about corporate brands, and I think I want you to see that it resonates with personal brands. So what is a personal brand? A personal brand is the exact same thing as a corporate brand. It is a combination of your brand essence, your values, your brand promise, your strap line. Now, once you have your 5 words, you cut it down to 2 or 3 and you have a strap line. So once you've defined yourself in 5 words, cut it down to 2 or 3 and you have a strap line. You have your da 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 da, I'm loving it. You have your just do it, etc. Yeah? Your logo, your recognition sign, your colours and packaging, your image and perception, and your history. So a personal brand is an emotional connection with your target audience, just like a corporate brand. But the only additional point is that a personal brand is also the total experience of someone having a relationship with who you are and what you represent as an individual. Can you guys see that to write it, or do you need me to say it again?
Are you going to send us these slides?
I don't know. Are we?
Some people have, some people haven't.
Okay, I'm happy to.
That was
As long as it doesn't end up on YouTube somewhere, copywritten as your own.
Not like
Cool. All right. So let's look at these as examples. I'm going to leave Trump till last. Steve Jobs. What do we believe were his brand values?
Visionary.
Yes. Yes. And what else?
He wants to challenge the status quo.
He was all about challenging the status quo. Absolutely. And he did that through his own personal packaging. He was, a $1 billion CEO who didn't wear suits. He wore all black and trainers, challenging the status quo. And his brand values was reiterating that through the packaging. Let's look at Margaret Thatcher. What do we think was her promise?
Toughness.
Okay.
Promise they're going to make you wealthy.
Promise was wealthy. Go on. What was her promise?
She went back down.
No nonsense.
Strength.
Power.
Strength,
Change.
power. Yep. Mark-
But for the individual as well, it was about, wasn't it? It was about small business, so it was about.
Well, that depends on which end of the political line you stand.
Yeah, so
But-
her person,
Mhm.
then she is absolutely
Yeah,
on the
the
head.
Iron Lady
I'm gonna do
is
that.
what she ended up getting
Yeah.
nicknamed, didn't she? Margaret Thatcher went so far as to have elocution lessons that taught her how to speak in a deeper voice so that she could be taken more seriously. So she wasn't all high-pitched and up in her voice, to reinforce that brand that they were trying to create. Okay, Oprah, what is her brand image?
Spiritual.
But what's the image?
Trust.
Mm-hmm.
Compassion.
Mm-hmm. But what's the image? Think about literally the image.
Beauty almost. I don't really know much about
Authenticity.
Authenticity?
I think it's vulnerability.
Notice all the women are talking. This is good because that's her target audience. You really shouldn't know because you weren't her target audience, which is good.
She works with Deepak Chopra a lot.
To be
Mhm.
honest, the only time I've ever seen her is on pictures like this. I've never listened to
Great,
her.
because you're not her target audience, which is brilliant because you're not meant to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to target audience later. But authenticity was absolutely what she was about. So the way that she dressed was about, if she's a big woman, which she was for most of her career and is today, it's about, not snugging into those bodycon dresses to look like a Kardashian, but actually just being authentically true to who she is. Okay, Branson, what would we say are his colours and his recognition signs?
It's red.
Red and white for the Virgin.
Always.
Yeah.
Now, Branson and Virgin, how intertwined or separate are they?
They are.
They,
They're one and the same.
they are one of the same. They are one of the same. Yeah, which some marketeers will argue is a good thing, some will argue is a bad thing, because if one gets broken, the whole thing gets broken. Me and my brand, we're one of the same, so clearly I've gone down this route. But it's entirely up to you. You don't have to be a Branson/Virgin. Yeah? Okay, let's go to Obama. What did he promise? What else have I done? History. How did Obama's history play in people buying into his brand?
I think people bought into him and then he didn't necessarily deliver on all the promises.
Didn't ask you that. That's about product or services. Haven't got there. We're talking brand. You might have missed it earlier. I said, I don't care about product or services. I said, can I build a brand and is there a market for it? This is what I do. I go from here to here to here. This stuff is your product development department. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'll jump in on it when they're not allowing this to work. That's the only time I get involved. So I might agree with you, I might not, but that's not today's discussion. Today's discussion is how has his brand history helped to reinforce his brand? Diversity. So Obama was mixed race. He played on that. My mum's white, my dad's black, I'm mixed race, I understand both sides, kumbaya, we're all the same. Let's change and become one. And I get into the White House. Now, whether you agree with his policies or not, that's a whole different ballgame. But he used his history to reinforce his brand. Let's get to Trump.
Let's not.
No, let's, because he is a one-on-one brand exercise. Because let's be honest, no, let's not go there. Let's stick to branding. Stick to branding, Kubi. Stick to branding. Okay, how do I make this not a political conversation? Stick to it. Okay, let's deal with his history. How has his history enabled him to get to where he is?
I don't know, because I don't see any positive history with him. So obviously I'm not his target audience.
Well, you're not his target audience.
Corporate background.
It's the
I've run
corporate
businesses, I'm in charge.
Successful, I've given people
It's
jobs.
his business
Okay.
Well, you can-
We're not going there. We're not. That's not today.
It's
We're not doing that
perception,
today.
not truth.
To men.
It's perception,
And
not
that is
truth.
key. Brand
It's perception,
is
not
perception,
truth.
not
fact.
truth.
He's not part of the old guard, there's a perception.
Absolutely. He's not part of the old, the establishment of the White House.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you like
I'm not going to lie to
Yeah,
you.
I'll tell you
I'm
what
straight talking, tough talking, and everything about his image reinforces that. Now, whether you like Trump, don't like Trump. Whether you believe in what he's doing, don't believe. I mean, I could talk all bloody day long about Trump, but that's not what we're dealing with here today. And when you're building your brand and when you're engaging with other people's brands in terms of strategic partnerships, you need to disengage and just work out, does their brand connect with my brand and talk to the same target audience? And if it does, this is a bloody business. Let's get some business done. Now, you might come from a stance of, I don't make money by any means necessary without ethics because it's not on brand for me. If that's part of your brand, then brilliant. But not everybody's brand includes ethics.
It's even down to his baseball caps that he wore because that's what
His target audience understood?
target audience wear them.
Absolutely.
I assume, I mean,
Men
I
and
know
women.
America like you,
Absolutely.
what to do.
Target audience is everything.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola. What's the time, somebody?
It's time to keep.
11. Yes, you're meant to get one at 15:15. Do you want to stop now?
Yes.
Because it's a good.
So just finish, yeah.
Okay, so
At this time, what the time's good for you?
the time's good for me.
Yeah.
We'll stop because we're going to move on to target audience. Let's take a 10-minute break. Is that okay? All right.